Hollywood stuntman Eddie Braun, who is best known for successfully recreating Evel Knievel's Snake River Canyon rocket jump in 2016, is here to talk about that and the new documentary surrounding his 30-plus years in the industry. Do not move a muscle.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
So we're playing a quick clip here. This is Eddie right there. You might have seen him for about 2.5 seconds before he blasted off into the sky. Here it's about 3,000 feet.
Yeah, it was about 3,000 feet.
Yeah,
so.
That's insane. Obviously, you can hear the audience in the background. That's exactly what my reaction was when I first watched this. Now, I have to be honest with you. I don't know much about Evel Knievel. I thought that the Snake River Canyon rocket jump was on a motorcycle over just like a small canyon. No, that's not the case.
Well, first of all, Tim, thank you for having me on your show.
Very excited for you to be here.
I'm humbly flattered. In 1974, Evel Knievel, who was, the guy who wore a cape, right? He was everybody's hero in the 70s. In 1974, he attempted his most audacious stunt, which was to try and cross the Snake River Canyon in Twin Falls, Idaho, in a rocket that he called the Sky Cycle.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he was unsuccessful. It didn't kill him, but he didn't make it across. And he walked away from it, never to do it again. And in the years after, several people have said they were going to try it, but in over 40 years, no one really tried it.
So what led you to do it? What led you to attempt one of the most dangerous stunts ever when Evel Knievel himself could not or was not successful at doing it?
Stupidity? No. You have to understand, Tim, I became a professional stuntman because I met Evel Knievel as a child, and I was inspired by him.
Oh, wow.
So after 30-something years in the business as a professional stuntman, I thought, what better way to try and finish out my career than to pay homage to the man that inspired me in the first place. After all, how many people actually get to fulfill the dreams of their hero? I venture to guess not many.
Yeah, that's brilliant. What did you do to prepare for something like that?
Well, I had no idea. Once I opened my mouth and said, hey, I'm going to try this, I had no idea the complexities involved. It took roughly 5 years to complete it. It was rough. Now I fully know why Evel Knievel never went back to do it again.
Were you nervous? Were you scared?
Scared to death.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Take us on that journey when you're in that rocket. Like you're sitting there.
First of all, excuse me. First of all, you have to understand this thing is not some NASA-designed carbon fiber and computer-driven thing.
Right.
It is basically a tin can put together with duct tape and ball-peen hammer, pretty much. I teamed up with a gentleman named Scott Truax, who is the son of the original builder, Bob Truax, who built Evel's rocket. And Scott said, listen, I have my dad's original blueprints, and I have a lot of the spare parts. I can build you the same rocket.
Wow.
And so I said, okay, Scott, you're on. Let's give this a shot. So we went we got the same place, same canyon, pretty much the same rocket.
I'm guessing the ramp wasn't still there.
No, but we built an exact duplicate to it.
That's insane.
And we gave it a shot.
Now, Kenny Knievel, Evel's son, Kelly, yes, he had ambivalent feelings about the stunt. He didn't really have much faith.
At first, he thought I was nuts, and to be perfectly honest, he hung up on me in the first 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he partnered up with me, and I had, I could not do this unless I had the blessings of the Knievel family.
Of course.
And so if I didn't, I'd be no different than just a cheap Elvis impersonator,
Yeah.
So early on, I teamed up with the Knievel family, endorsed me, and Kelly became one of my closest friends.
And nobody's tried it since you've completed it in 2016.
Well, once it's been done, why
try to do it again?
Why try and do it again?
Very
Plus,
true.
I'd give them some very good advice. Don't.
So, are you in the Book of World Records?
Well,
for this?
I never said I could care less about records.
Okay.
But
Fair.
But having done this, I actually broke 4 world records doing it.
Wow.
I was notified after the fact.
Do you know what they are?
One was for the fastest to speed. I went 0 to 439 miles an hour in less than 3 seconds.
That's crazy.
It was, I suffered 8 Gs, which was miserable. I mean, listen, I'll be honest, Tim, I peed blood for like 3 days afterwards.
Wow.
It was awful. How I didn't pass out, I'll never know.
Yeah, because there's
a
clip out there of you, footage of you in the actual rocket, and you don't pass out.
No, thank God I don't. I wouldn't be here now if I did, because I had to pull the parachutes.
Right, exactly.
So it would have been pretty ugly if I would have.
So this stunt led you to kind of the next point in your career. You've got a documentary out there called Stuntman. It's produced by Dwayne Johnson and Danny Garcia of 7 Productions. And the film follows the 30-plus years of your life.
Well, yeah. I set out early on when I said I was going to attempt this. I wanted to do 2 things. I wanted to attempt it, and I wanted to document it. So I teamed up with Kurt Matilla, a great commercial director I work with, and Steve Golubiowski, who is my producer, and the 3 of us formed a company called Driven Pictures because we're driven guys. and Kurt he just followed me with a camera for 5 years, pretty much, to film this. So all along the building process, just everything. And the culmination is a film called Stuntman, The Face You Never See.
Oh, so there's a second part of it.
Well, yeah, because what I do as a stuntman, you never see my face.
Of course.
So we thought that that's what the movie would be about.
Yeah.
About me doing stunts, spending from meeting Evel Knievel as a child to 30-plus years of doing stunts, preparing myself ultimately to step into Evel's shoes and finish out what he started.
Now, this film has been hugely successful in the festival circuit. Why do you think that is? And you must be very proud. Congratulations for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But why do you think people are so interested in your story?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I mean, I think it's fascinating. I saw a 1-minute clip and I was all about it.
Well, here's what I say. You know, it's really hard when people say, is the movie good? Is the movie bad? I don't know. It's a movie about me. How do I tell? Here's what I do say.
Eddie, you say it's good.
Well, no. I can't honestly tell you that. What I can tell you honestly is whether you think it's good or you think it's bad, I can tell you I'm very proud of it. It's genuine. It's real. And I'm proud of that. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. I did my best. On the film, it being real and genuine, I did my best, and it's there for you. How it's received, I can't say.
Well, it's 5 years in the making, so you should be proud of it.
But I can tell you it's honest, it's real. And here's the other thing. Being a stuntman, I proudly say every stunt in my movie is real. There's no computer-generated, phony... I hate these movies these days.
I'm sure.
And the crap of the phony computer-generated, I personally can't stand it.
Yeah.
So what I can say is my film, it's real, it's genuine, it's real. It's as real as it gets, actually.
You're bringing it back old school Hollywood where you do it yourself.
I'm just very proud of it. Now, again, I can't tell you whether it's good or bad, but it's genuine.
What's your partnership like with Dwayne Johnson and Danny Garcia? What was the process like?
Oh my God. You want to talk about just being humbled. When you have the biggest action star in the world, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, embracing your film. He and his partner, Danny Garcia, they have 7 Bucks Productions. And they just, it's a bit overwhelming to even talk about it. I mean, they embraced my journey. They embraced what I was doing. You know, it's funny, in this town, everybody talks a great talk, but very few people follow through. And when you do follow through, it's a very lonely process at times. And believe me, when you get a Goliath like 7 Bucks Productions that says, "Hey, we believe in you,"
that must be very flattering.
It's humbling.
Yes.
I don't know if it's flattering. I think it's humbling because now I have the biggest action star in the world saying, "Eddie Braun, what you're doing is cool, and I want to support you as much as I can." It's like, how do you live up to that?
Right. Well, you did.
It's like, well, I hope so. I hope everybody that's associated with the film is proud of it. I think they are. And I can't wait to share it with everybody, the masses.
I can't wait to see it. I have one final question. The best lesson that you've ever learned in your career, and how did you learn it?
I wouldn't say I'm still in the process of learning it. And the best lesson that I could say is let your yeses be yes and your no's be no. And I'm constantly learning that. But I've learned that if you give your words have meaning, and if you give your word and you stick by it, all kinds of things are possible.
Yeah. And you've done a ton. You've done Transformers, you doubled for Charlie Sheen throughout your career, you've been a part of the Rush Hour franchise. If fans want to follow your career, the next part of it, where can they find you?
Well, I have somewhat of a minuscule social media presence, so you feel free to either go to, I'm Crash for Cash. That's CRSH, the number 4, CSH
You guys,
on Instagram.
He told me this handle before we started shooting, and I just think it's brilliant. You are a cool dude, Eddie Braun.
Thank you.
You are a cool dude.
So, yeah, on Instagram, you can go to Crash for Cash, that's CRSH for CSH, or Stuntman Movie and Instagram, either one, and you can find. I'm easily found.
Okay.
I'm one of those guys.
You could literally Google him, you guys. I mean, he's around. Eddie Braun, it has been a pleasure.
Tim, thank you so much for having me. It's flattering anybody wanted to talk to me.
I mean, I'm completely honored. I mean, after watching somebody survive that and actually see him face to face, I think it's amazing. So thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Guys, he gave you his Twitter handle. Make sure you follow him. Stay tuned for his career. Make sure you watch Stuntman. It's a brilliant film. I am Timothy Michael. You can find me everywhere at I am Timothy Mike. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.